So, good evening. It's Tuesday evening, end of day, what is it, 15. Um, Interesting day today, really, because I think because I've been so focused on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and getting through those days and, the bank holiday and the pancake van, I think that today I almost relaxed a bit, and maybe that's not such a good thing. I had a lovely lunch with a friend and her husband, and I took the salad stuff and made the salad, and that was all good and fine and as planned. Um, but later on tonight and this afternoon, I felt like going a bit off the rails. Actually, I was craving sugar, and I am craving sugar now. And on the bookcase over there is some Easter egg of Hattie's. And I won't have it, but if I wasn't on my 6 week challenge, I would have it. That would be hoovered up. Um, so that's something that I need to bear in mind. What's stopping me having it tonight? Several things, really. I don't want to put sugar into my system. I don't want to spoil what I've done already. B, what's the point in setting yourself a challenge if you're not going to rise to it? You just don't want to fall at a hurdle, do you? C, where would it stop? If I have that little bit of chocolate now, then tomorrow I might have a little bit of something else. And, by the weekend I'll be having, McDonald's and milkshakes. So I'm not going to have it. But I'm really having to concentrate on not having it because I'm tired tonight. I think the last 3 days has caught up with me. And, a little bit of sugar before I went to bed. The other thing that's stopping me doing it is that it is bedtime now for me. And I don't want to, for the sake of 10 minutes and just going to bed and, turning my light off and shutting my eyes, what's the point in having a piece of chocolate now, really? Because that just sit in my system overnight. And that would do me no favours. So I'm not going to do that. But I do feel like it today, and it's the first time in the 2 weeks that I have really, really felt like it. It seriously felt like it. So good meal tonight, but I was really hungry this afternoon, and I was saying, I came back from a friend's house, went to pick the dog up from the vets. He'd had complications, unfortunately, and they told me in a way that was really quite not dramatic, but they gave me a bit of a shock. I went in to pick him up, and they went, "Oh, we've had a terrible problem with Buddy," and blah 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 blah. And it's interesting because I then drove from the RSPCA to the vets, and I had probably about a 40-minute drive. And on the way there, I thought, oh, just stop and get some chocolate. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Would that have been a reward for having bad news? Would it have been because I was tired and weary and my body was craving sugar anyway? Would it have been oh, poor you type piece of chocolate? I didn't do it. Obviously, I didn't do it. But it was interesting. It was kind of like that would have given me the excuse that I needed. Oh, the dog's poorly. Oh, I've had some bad news. Oh, I'm tired and I had a big, busy weekend. You deserve this. Well, no, I don't deserve it. And I didn't do it. But it was interesting. And when I got to the vets, the dog is fine. He's just really sleepy. He had to have a bit of extra surgery because he had a complication. It was only a neutering originally. And when I went there, I went to the supermarket next door. I had to get a few bits in for dinner. I bought a packet of smoked mackerel and ate one fillet of smoked mackerel. I thought, if I'm going to have something, it might as well be protein. It might as well be, reasonably good for me. So I had that, and then I reduced my evening meal down, and I sort of cut my portion right down. So I don't think I've mucked it up today. I've stuck to it, but I do think that today I felt very vulnerable. but I stayed in the zone, and I'm going to go to sleep now. The other interesting thing is Buddy's not allowed to walk now for 2 weeks. So I'm going to have to do my walks on my own. And I don't think it's going to be the same, is it? And it's also really going to knock my motivation because I love taking that little mate for a walk. He is such a pleasure to walk. That's part of the pleasure of going out, actually. I don't think about it actually as being my exercise. I think about it as being, fun with the puppy. So, be an interesting one. Anyway, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Hi, at the back end of this video, I would just like to say that there are couple of pointers that have been flagged to me. Excuse the dog. One is that the Easter egg and the temptation that George is feeling, really the best thing is out of sight, out of mind. So don't have things that are going to tempt you in sight. If you can, best to not have them in the house at all. The other one that came up was the go-to habit that Georgie has got is when she receives bad news or she gets a little bit down, it triggers something, and her go-to is chocolate or food, and this is emotional eating, and it's great that she's looking at it and she's finding the trigger. And her words were, she feels vulnerable. Now, that's a really, really good cue to the fact that she's feeling a little bit unsettled, vulnerable, obviously, and she's looking for something to make herself feel better, and she's going to the food for that. So by not doing it and putting in some different comfort things that are going to help make her feel better. I haven't discussed it with her yet, so I can't offer a solution or help her to find what it's going to be. And but she did do a good thing. She did feel hungry. She did then make choices, and she had some protein, which was the mackerel. She likes mackerel. It's very tasty, and it helped. Possibly the reason that she felt hungry later in the evening is because she did cut down her evening meal. So maybe, excuse me, that is something to look at. And to finish off, can I give a plea to all her friends, all you lovely friends, because Buddy is not able to go and walk. Georgie's already flagging it for herself that it's going to take away some of that motivation for her to get up and get out. Does anybody have a dog? Oh, it's all go today, isn't it? It's going to, Lord. So if anybody's got a dog that you would like walked in the morning and the afternoon, please get in touch with Georgie. Or if there's any local friends that fancy getting up a bit earlier, going out for a nice walk with Georgie, please give her a ring. I think this part of Georgie's journey is very, very important. And what I mean by that is it's great that she's getting into a routine, and it would be really good to keep this routine going. She so enjoys it, it's great. Actually, mentally going out for a walk and processing stuff is good for your mental health as well as your fitness. So I'll stop now and let you get on, but let's give Georgie lots of support and help. All right then, thanks.